The desert burns with silence. In the heart of Saudi Arabia, a mountain rises blackened as though scorched by fire. Its summit towers over a wilderness of secrets, its stones cracked, its base marked by altars, its cliffs etched with the image of calves. Nearby, a massive rock split in two still bears the wounds of water long vanished. This is no ordinary wasteland. It is a testimony, a memory carved into earth itself. And if these scars belong to the Exodus, then the Bible is not myth. It is map. But if God left his fingerprints here, why are they only now being revealed? The desert is not empty. It is alive with memory. In the heart of Saudi Arabia stands a mountain scarred black, as if fire once descended and kissed its summit. At its base lie broken altars, scattered stones, and shadows of idols carved into the cliffs. Not far away, a rock split in two rises from the ground, its wound carved by torrents of water that should never have flowed in such a barren land. This is no wasteland of chance. These are echoes of Exodus. Stones that have waited, groaning beneath the weight of silence. For centuries, scholars dismiss the account as myth, a story to inspire but not to remember. And yet, the mountain still smolders. The rock still testifies. The ground still holds its scars. What was once written in scrolls now rises in stone. And if God marked the earth with his footsteps, what does it mean for us who now walk upon it? The sea once divided, two walls of water towering as the people fled. Behind them, Egypt's might, chariots, horsemen, iron wheels thundering with vengeance. Ahead of them, nothing but a path carved by the breath of God. The ancient record says the waters closed, swallowing the army whole. Judgment in the deep, salvation on dry ground. Today, divers speak of shapes encrusted in coral, circles, spokes, fragments frozen in time, wheels without riders, bronze and iron trapped in silence. And beneath the surface, a ridge of earth still stretches from Egypt to Arabia, 30 meters down, wide enough for a multitude to cross. A scar where the waters once gave way. The world may call it coincidence, but stone and sea remember what men forget. The prophet Isaiah spoke of a highway through the waters. Here it remains, not myth, not metaphor, memory. And if the sea floor still whispers of deliverance, what else lies hidden beneath the desert winds? Beyond the crossing lies a mountain, Jabal al-Laz, forbidden for generations, fenced off by men who feared its story. Its summit is burned, though no volcano ever touched it. The rock is seared only on the surface, black as if it drank fire, while the heart of the stone remains untouched. The record of Exodus spoke of a mountain wrapped in smoke, trembling beneath the weight of God's descent. Here the evidence stands, immovable, undeniable. The prophets knew the fire of God as both judgment and purification. Elijah called down fire to consume the sacrifice. Daniel saw thrones ablaze with flame. John saw eyes like fire in the Son of Man. This mountain remembers that fire. It still stands scorched beneath the heavens, as though waiting for the day when fire will fall once more. If this is the mountain of the law, what does it say to a world that has forgotten it? At the base of the mountain, stones are stacked in strange formation. an altar of uncut rock, piles of bones scattered near its foundation, and carved into the cliffs, faint images of calves, horns raised towards heaven. The account is clear. While Moses ascended the mountain to receive the covenant, the people descended into rebellion. They built a calf of gold, declaring, "These are your gods, O Israel." And judgment fell. 3,000 perished in a single day. The wages of idolatry carved into memory. These carvings on the cliff face are not accidents of erosion. They are witnesses, silent, but not forgotten. The sin of the calf is not a relic. It breathes again in the worship of wealth, in the bowing to power, in the glowing altars of technology. The names may have changed, but the idols are the same. The Levites once stood apart, sword in hand, executing judgment. Who will stand apart now? If these stones still bear the images of rebellion, what image is being carved into our age? In the wilderness stands a monolith split clean through the middle, towering more than 50 feet high. At its base, channels run deep, as though rivers once burst forth in a desert where no river belongs. The account tells of a thirsty people, parched in the heat, crying for water. God commanded Moses, "Strike the rock, and water will flow." And it did. This was not just water. It was prophecy. The rock was Christ, struck once for sin, pouring out life for the thirsty. When Moses struck again, in anger, he shattered the picture. The law failed, but grace would not. Even now, the rock stands, its wound visible, its channels carved. A monument to mercy, but also a warning. The Apostle Paul said the rock was Christ. If Christ was struck once, never to be struck again, then the desert itself still cries, "His sacrifice is enough." If a rock in the wilderness still testifies of the Messiah, what excuse remains for unbelief? The sea remembers, the mountain smolders, the altar accuses, the rock still bleeds, and the desert keeps its witness, though the world tries to bury it. Skeptics will mock, scholars will debate, but the stones are not silent. They cry out as living witnesses, declaring that what was written has happened and what is promised will come. The prophet Habakkuk said the stones of the wall will cry out, and the beams of the wood will echo it. Isaiah declared, "The word of the Lord endures forever." Even Jesus warned that if his disciples were silent, the very rocks would testify. They are testifying now. The discoveries of Saudi Arabia are not relics of a forgotten age. They are tremors of what is coming. The God who shook the mountain will shake the nations. The one who split the sea will split the skies. The rock that was struck will return, not in weakness, but in fire. The stones are moving. The ground is remembering. The silence is breaking. And heaven is closer than we think.